Hello, this is Wake Up and Live with the Arts. I'm Sue Johnson. We are here at the fabulous Caramoo Theater in the Leonard C. Hanna Room, where we tape our show, Wake Up and Live with the Arts, on a regular basis. And I must put a disclaimer on because with our next guest, I have no understanding of what's going to happen for the time we are on air. She's already doing it. Jean Zarzour, a living legend in Cleveland,
what the hell?
Ohio.
I'm not even going to say how old I am.
No, I don't care how old you are.
I'm a living legend.
She's a living legend, and half of you know her from her voiceover classes. The other half of you know her from her film work. The other half of you know her because she just makes a mess everywhere she goes.
Prison.
Oh.
All my prison pals out there. I got you.
Have you done a prison movie? No.
I'm thinking, like in real life.
Real life. No, I know about real life for you.
No, I've never.
That you're a candidate. You and your kitty cat. You still got your cat?
Yes.
Okay, what's your
cat?
cat?
What kind of spinster would I be without a cat?
Only one?
Two.
I watch Hoarders if I don't go to church on Heidi's church on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And usually all those old lady hoarders have anywhere up to 50
30,
cats.
40.
Yeah.
About to eat her face in her sleep.
Or something like that. But anyway, darling, we have not seen each other for a minute. And one of the reasons I wanted Jeannie to come back on the show from a long time ago is because of her film work. Like I say, most of you around Greater Cleveland know her for her. What's the exact name of your voiceover class that you
Find
teach?
Your Voice,
Yes.
Voice Acting Institute. Now we've expanded it to the Acting Institute because I teach not only voice acting, but also film acting and audition technique. And, and I help people with monologues and other theater auditions.
Okay, excellent. So she's comprehensive in the services that she provides, the legitimate ones, because you never know what she's doing behind closed doors.
Oh, girl, if anybody would ask, I'd pay them.
Oh, I touched your boobie. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. Well, you would be the first in 20 years.
Okay.
Next.
Moving on. Jean, you've done an awful lot.
Just in the last 20 minutes.
I guess so. Film work here in town and out of town. And hopefully we can talk about that semi-sensibly.
If you just touch the other one, we'll be good.
Good.
Maybe off camera.
Yeah, and that'll be the most thrill I've had in 30, 40 years,
We
too.
like to help each other.
Wherever we can.
You know.
Yeah. So tell me, how does an actor who is stationed, living here in Cleveland, begin to get a significant film career going from this local perspective? What were some of the things you remember having to do to, get noticed by casting directors, producers, and so forth?
Yeah, well, things have changed dramatically in the last 20 years because of the internet and because everyone is accessible to everywhere. So where we used to be just local hire because we didn't have the internet and we worked for all the ad agencies and theaters and whatever films came through.
And our own talent agencies way back.
And our own talent, yeah. Well, now I have 8 agents.
Okay.
And I have representation in New York for commercial work, Atlanta for television and film, Michigan, which also has an office in Chicago.
Okay.
Columbus, Cincinnati, and Cleveland, Pittsburgh.
L.A.?
No, LA doesn't want to have anything to do with anyone who doesn't live there, and that's because it would be a real hassle if I didn't show up for an audition.
True that, yeah.
And I really don't want to take that risk.
And is it still true? I've been removed. I was telling Jeannie off camera, I've been removed from some of the action, if you will. Many of you can identify with having parents that you've had to spend time with to help take care of, and that has changed the nature of what we do as performing artists. So as a rule, it used to be that if you were within 2 hours or so of the city, that you might very well be considered to come in and audition and perform.
Which I still do.
Okay.
I still do. But for Atlanta, I can put myself on tape. I have a home studio.
Yes, she does. She really does.
And it's a lovely little, my former office, and now it's a studio. And I put myself on tape. I have a reader whenever I need to have somebody
read, yeah.
a scene with me. And I send the tape, and then if I have a callback, I go to the city.
Okay.
So I was on the road. I decided to go to a callback in Atlanta. I decided to drive because I'm crazy. And obviously I have no life.
Okay.
And, but, you know, I'll drive 11 hours.
Yeah, you drive 11 hours to Atlanta.
But I love driving. I love it.
That's
And
my escape too.
Yes.
Yes.
And I listened to audiobooks, and and it was August, and it was beautiful weather. I just drove. And then on my way, my agent from Atlanta said, you know, I have a audition for you in New Orleans. I said, I'll go.
Okay.
So I did the call back in Atlanta, and then in a couple days I drove 6 hours to New Orleans, did the audition for NCIS New Orleans, and got the job.
Got the job. That was your most recent one? No.
Yes.
Yes,
Basically.
Because you had a big scene or 2 or 3 in that one.
No, just one.
Okay.
Then I did a scene. Then I did Gone, which
Yeah.
was a show that's just come to the States with Chris Noth.
Oh, yeah,
star.
sure, from Law and Order
Yeah.
and Mr. Big.
Mr. Big on Sex and the
Yeah,
City.
that one, yeah.
So I did that one 2 years ago, but it finally came here. So
Okay.
that was the most recent aired. But anyway, you know, I'm always on the road. If I'm not, and I like to drive, so that I have a car wherever I am, so that I don't have to worry about how I'm going to get where I need to go.
And the car has to be reliable.
Yes.
Have insurance. Have things like AAA.
Yeah.
Have the oil changed, because you cannot function as a traveling actor without a reliable car.
And 4 pairs of shoes,
Uh-huh.
and laundry detergent, and like you wouldn't believe the things you're going to need, and that you don't want to impose on someone else for.
Exactly.
And that you don't want to go to the store for.
Exactly, because, you know, all this is at your expense.
Yeah.
You as the actor, because they did not pay you to drive there.
No, but when I got the job, then they flew me there, and I was treated like a queen. It was the greatest.
Of
And
course.
every job is like that. You drive to get it. You fortunately you make more money on the job than you do on the getting the job.
Right.
But that is the life of an actor today. You are always traveling to a city to get work. I am now in competition with people from New York and LA.
Yes.
Because they get representation in Atlanta and New York, but it's not the other way around in LA, you know.
No.
But LA actors and New York actors still have this great reputation for being better.
For some reason. But, you know, we tape, James and I and Lester, our editor, we tape a significant number of shows at the Cleveland Playhouse with the actors who come in for their productions. And for the most part, those actors are very happily surprised at the quality and the professionalism and the work that we are doing here as the second largest theater district behind New York. And not a whole lot of national people know that, but they're beginning to learn that.
And we were the oldest after local in the country.
In the country, yes.
We were the first, and we're closed down, 8 years ago?
Is that how long
Something
ago
like
it's been?
At least.
And now we're all
So-
SAG-AFTRA. Thank God they merged.
Yeah.
So it helped a little bit. But I have become kind of inactive with the meetings because they're all in Pittsburgh or Columbus or whatnot.
I haven't attended a meeting in years, and that's what happens when you lose a local. You lose that community, but we do still have an annual picnic.
And the parade.
And the parade, the Labor Day parade.
And right now I've got a postcard. We got to vote on something by May 8th.
The commercials.
The commercial contract. Yes, we got to vote. Yeah, this is in-house discussion. But the point is, we can have Jeannie address this as well. When you reach a certain level of work criteria qualifications, you become eligible to join SAG-AFTRA. I always tell my students and aspiring actors, you have a choice. Nobody makes you join. In fact, we've got our videographer here who works significantly without being in the union. But for the most part, why do we generally recommend belonging to a union?
Well,
When the time comes, when you've met
when
the
the time
criteria.
comes. For voiceover work, if that's all you want to do, you don't want to join.
Mhm.
I hate to say it, but that has changed so dramatically.
Okay.
Union actors like us, they're almost all voiceover nationally is going non-union.
Okay.
But if you want to do television and film, you must join the union so that you are protected. You are protected on set. You are paid overtime when that time comes in.
After you've worked the basic hours that your contract has said that this
Right.
amount of time is contributed
And
to.
more than anything, because you get what's called mail money. So your residual money comes through the mail. So I've gotten now 2 years worth of commercial pay for the one commercial I have running in Michigan.
Good.
For the lottery.
Yeah.
I mean, that sucker's been running for 2 years.
And you have people across the country watching it because regional commercials pop up everywhere. And I've seen commercials of people I know in Washington. Do you know you're showing up in Washington? No, I didn't know.
Maybe not for a lottery commercial, but
I mean,
but
no,
there's
not
some-
lottery, but
yeah.
in general, some
Yeah.
nationals. I shouldn't have said regional.
Now, and
nationals.
this is the only problem with our unions is that there still is no way of tracking your
Individually.
play.
Right.
So we work on an honor system, as you know, and we count on producers paying us when that new cycle of reuse comes in.
And they come in weeks, like 4 weeks, 13 weeks,
Yeah.
cycles is what they call this. You'll learn, you need to learn all this so that when you do get commercial and film and TV gigs, that you'll understand what you are doing and can help protect yourself. And then
And if you really are interested in knowing anything about union best practices and rates, and you, by all means, call the SAG-AFTRA offices in the local nearest you. So if you're in the Cleveland, Akron, Canton, Pittsburgh, Buffalo,
Buffalo
PA
now.
and
Yeah.
Buffalo and upstate New York, you belong to that union, that local, which is Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Buffalo.
It's more than the tri-state.
Yeah.
It used to be just the tri-state, Pittsburgh, Columbus,
Well,
Cleveland,
Pittsburgh,
Detroit.
Ohio is Cleveland, Cincinnati,
Cincinnati,
Columbus. It is tri-state. It's
Okay.
Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York,
Oh, that's how they do it. Okay.
but just Buffalo.
out of
And if you think that's confusing, the pay rate and the way that we are paid is the most confusing process on the planet. So it's one of the reasons why so many producers don't always want to go union, but you want to be a union member. You have a pension that you are accruing benefits
Healthcare.
to, health care. If you earn a certain amount of money, it's worth it. And if you are ambitious, I find it very worthwhile because I will travel. Now, there's a lot of controversy as to whether or not we should be considered local hire. It's a controversy in the union. They don't love that we are traveling and taking work from local actors in their region. But right now it's legal, so we do it.
And it's the same for theater. When you get to the Playhouse Square Foundation, Cleveland Playhouse, they import all the actors. They very seldom use.
Well, there is no restriction for that art form. That is common, and there's always been common.
and typical, yes,
Yeah,
forever.
it's- You know, and that's okay. Hey, I lived in New York for 10 years before I really started working as an actor. If I were there now, I would take advantage of every regional theater that I could work in as well.
And so whenever I read the talent resumes, bios, that's what they've done. They've spent.
Sure.
They're gypsies. They go
Sure.
from place to place to place. I wanted to make sure I mentioned one other thing, touch upon about reasons for considering joining the union, which we are members of. If nothing else, and you talked about quality producers, the up and up producers, you have some protection over making sure you get paid. Unlike if you are a non-union performer in a commercial, film, what have you, and you run into somebody less scrupulous.
If you're not represented by an agent
And
on
yeah,
that
that
job.
too. Yeah, that
If
too.
you're represented by an agent, they arbitrate for you. But yes, if you're getting work on your own and you're not getting paid, now I have personally threatened people's lives.
I can believe it.
I mean, I have worked for some people directly and I'll never do it again.
Of course.
I'd rather have representation to handle that. So yeah, you will get screwed over, and you have got to hunt down that money.
Exactly.
But the union, in addition to your agent, will go to arbitration for you. They handle it all. So your name is not dragged through the mud
Precisely.
of that fight.
And it's less burden and hassle
Yeah.
and stress on the actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have enough stress.
Do we really?
Is my hair okay? Are my lips lined okay?
And I always ask before the camera goes on, are there boogers coming out my nose? You know?
Am I hitting the mic?
Like, stop it, Jughead, because you're hitting the mic.
Jughead. Oh, wow.
Okay. Now, what's your most recent project that you've been working on?
Oh, my God. Making a living.
Okay.
So it's a very quiet time. The television shows have pretty much finished shooting by now. And so now I put my efforts toward marketing my voiceover classes to teach. I teach at Tri-C at the Corporate College East and West. The next class comes up in September on both East and West. And then we go into September, and then we go into January. So September and January, and then we start again in February?
March?
No, March. I don't remember.
Yeah, well,
where am I?
She's lost in the wilderness, Alice in Wonderland.
Why is there a man with a camera?
Oh, God.
Two or three times a year I teach
out there. Yeah.
And then I also teach in my home, privately.
Yes.
So,
and you run classes out of your home. They're famous.
Yeah, they really.
Yeah, and you should read her Neopal. Oh, speaking of Neopal, we're going to have Jeannie give her contact information. But also, it's Fred Sternfeld runs a performing artist free daily email, which talks about all kinds of arts-related things, auditions, performances for actors, dancers, singers.
And you want to subscribe. It's NEOPAL, Northeast Ohio PAL.
PAL.
PAL. And I don't have the rest of the address, but if you just Google NEOPAL listserv, you'll find it. You'll find the link.
Or you can even contact Fred Sternfeld.
We'll just go to fredsternfeld.com.
Yeah, and he'll tell you which way to get put on the daily free email list. Jeannie often promotes what she's doing there, as do we with our Wake Up and Live with the Arts show.
Yeah.
And we hope that when you open your Neopal emails that you take a look at our show, Wake Up and Live with the Arts. That would be so wonderful.
Wouldn't that?
Yeah.
You can find it on YouTube.
Yes, you can. And
By
now
golly.
you're going to be on YouTube, among other places.
Why don't they just call it MeTube?
Me too. I never thought of that.
This is my brother talking right now because,
Are
I'm
you
the only.
channeling?
Well, he's alive.
Okay.
So far. I'm the only actor in the family, and because everything I do is all about me, it's so egocentric what we do. So he calls my Facebook page, my website, my Dig Me page.
Okay.
Everything's dig me. Dig me. Dig me. So, anyway, so MeTube. He'd say, you should have a channel called MeTube.
MeTube, yeah.
It is a really, the only thing I don't love about what I do is that I have to constantly be, look at me, look at my
self-marketing
work,
and,
look at,
self-marketing. That's a big component in this business. We're called freelancers, meaning you work for yourself. You're an entrepreneur. And that is another reason for Jeannie sharing this information. And we only touched on that much of all the stuff you need, the business management side of being.
I do a 4-hour seminar for students to teach them all of the business ins and outs. Every private student and even the corporate college students, they all get out the marketing seminar so that no stone is left unturned. They know what to expect, what tools they'll need, and I welcome them to come back for free anytime. So you'll take my class, private classes for 10 weeks with me, and that 10th week, and sometimes I just throw in an 11th week, we do that marketing seminar so that, and anybody can attend. It's 4 hours, we eat lunch, we laugh, we talk, you get handouts, and you come back again anytime.
Are you still offering your CDs at the end of some of your voiceover classes?
No, we don't do that anymore.
Okay, that's changed too.
The studios are shutting down left and right.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. See, I've been removed from active duty. I've gone into more producing, directing, coaching, consulting. And
Yep.
if you can't get to the west side, then certainly we're on the east side. Wake Up and Live's Actor Studio.
You can wake up and live with her, or you can go to sleep and die with me.
Oh, God. I got to get through this. I really got But we too offer, at this stage, private coaching, consulting, and with the marketing. Everybody, I always have to work with artists and let them know if you are a full, complete, focused, creative artist, and you don't have business management skills, you've got to get somebody to help you do that, because you cannot be effective without the business management side, headshots, resumes, bank accounts, accountants, attorneys, how to read your contracts.
First of all, you might have, like me, 8 agents, but they don't do everything. They can't possibly get you all of the work. So you have to constantly, you have to get yourself out there, and then they get you the work. Because with exposure comes the trust that you can be hired. You can be trusted to be hired. There's a great expense to hiring an actor without knowing them. You're a big risk.
Well,
So
we face the same thing in theater. We're working on our current production, Black and Blue Rhapsody.
I saw that.
Yeah. So we hope you'll buy a ticket, take an ad, or be a donor. Yeah. And we're producing Richard Asbury's play, Black and Blue Rhapsody, about African American and police community relations. And then I forgot what the rest of that was that I was going to say. Oh, about theater. Yes. Another thing, another dimension, when Jeannie was talking about a risk and you getting agents and talent agents and so forth, from my perspective, I always recommend and strongly suggest that you get theater, if you don't have it, on your resume. I always say, you may not want to do theater, but I'd like to see at least 3 to 5 theater experiences minimum. You know why? Because theater is the granddaddy of them all. That's where you get your training.
it's the ballet of acting.
And if you don't have it on your resume, your agent will want you to go get some theater.
The truth.
The truth. As told by
Boom diggity. Schmiggity.
I am the host. I really am.
Sure she is.
This is
Sure you was.
sure I was, honey. Sure enough was I.
Let's
You
take
barely
him out.
You got so much chest.
Well, you know, well, one of them is happier than the other. Sue, we're learning things about you that only a nightmare could bring. She does. We'll try to forget it. They're not going to edit it out.
No.
Don't know. It's going no.
James is over
Who's
there.
got time for that?
Cracking up.
So listen, if you really want, speaking of experience in the theater, to get the hell off my chest, Sue has classes.
And we've had Jeannie a long time ago come in and do her voiceover class.
Oh, that's right. We did acting classes too.
Yes.
And there's just a ton of places.
No, there are
There's just a lot of places.
Yeah.
So Cleveland is a hotbed of training opportunities, of acting opportunities. And you want to get that training because we are trying to expand. The Cleveland Film Commission is making every effort to take our $80 million grant,
yes.
to our tax incentive to producers, and expand it to $100 million.
Hot dog.
Or more.
Yeah.
More, I think.
Yeah.
So if we don't show up as a trained community and keep shocking people with how many exceptional actors there are here, we're not going to attract those producers to come back again.
And stay.
And stay maybe, and maybe we'll be lucky enough to have a series that's based in Cleveland.
Out of Cleveland, or
Which would
even
be
Columbus,
tremendous.
whatever, but
Anywhere.
Cleveland, yeah.
In Ohio.
Cuyahoga Arts and Culture. We got our first grant from Cuyahoga
Oh,
Arts and Culture
congratulations.
for our
Really?
production. Yes,
Wow.
we are growing
That's
up.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm very proud of you.
We are proud of me too.
We are proud of me. She is her people.
I am my people, except for James and Lester
Oh, yeah.
and Andy and Kathy. Yes, I am my people.
Kathy?
Kathy Kelly. She's our
oh.
web designer.
Oh, nice.
Yes, that
You
we
got
have
4
just now.
people?
I got 4 peoples,
I got 1 and 2 cats.
and we don't even do lunch.
Darn.
We don't even get us paid.
Don't talk about it on camera.
No, I can't. That's true love.
right.
True love.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the thing, isn't it? Getting paid for what you love.
Love, exactly. Or doing it even if you
You're right.
are very sparsely paid.
But don't you dare do anything on camera or on a microphone and not get paid.
For real. Yeah, that's serious. We fought for that. Jeannie was
Yeah,
the
we fought like-
ringleader and fought for that because it's been a few years now
Yes.
that she championed this whole idea of if you perform, no matter what
Yeah.
level, get some kind of pay. And be careful with the independent film market simply because here again, you need to learn how to read contracts because you got to watch out. You will get paid if we clear X trillion dollars,
that's
if it's been
one-
distributed, if
yeah.
it's been this.
It's called deferred payment.
Yeah.
You know, for some actors, I won't say you should never do that.
No, but read
But
carefully.
be sure you know
yeah.
what you're getting. Yes, if
Into,
it's a
yeah.
student film, by all means do it.
Yeah, and we've got now the Cleveland State Film School,
Yes.
Film and Media School.
Yes. And what a tremendous thing. We have this one place dedicated to film acting and to film production, at least so far.
Yes, film. And we had Kevin Scheid on, thanks to
Oh.
James, a couple of tapings ago. Yeah,
And
he's
he-
out of that school. In fact,
Okay.
James just starred in a film that Kevin directed and
Nice.
produced out of the Cleveland State Film School.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
hoping to work there myself.
Oh, but of course.
Wink, wink.
Well, call me if you get in, because you know this other kind of mature lady who.
Your name is?
Barbara Smith.
You better go by Barbara Smith.
It's Sue Holland Johnson.
Holland. Oh, she
yes.
has her own country, right? in the
Yes,
middle.
I do. For my acting, my
stage
SAG-AFTRA
name. I
and
got you.
stage and
So
so
you made
forth.
your stage name longer
The-
than your real
Real
name.
name.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, what
All
can
right.
I tell you? Okay. As we begin to finally close this mess out, this has been a Laverne and Shirley improv session.
No, I'd like to think of us as dueling Madonnas because we got these on. let's Vogue out. Ready?
Oh, wait a minute.
Vogue.
Out. Okay.
Let your body move to the music. Hey, hey, hey.
Tell them where they can reach you.
Come on, Vogue. Jean Zarzour. That's Z as in zebra, A-R. Z as in zebra, O-U-R.com. Jean. You're going to put this on a
Yes,
wipe?
yes.
Ow, look at me knowing what a wipe is.
Uh-huh.
All right. Do you know what a wipe is? Maybe not. Maybe it's an old term. But anyway, my website is jeanzarzor.com, and there you can learn about Lipschtick, my production
That
company.
was your main company that you
Yeah.
did everything. And you
Nearly
still do-
dead now, but
Oh.
aren't you glad I brought it up? No, I'm still doing business.
Yeah,
But
and that's where she goes out and performs at business
Corporate
special
events,
events. Yeah. And we haven't done that lately, but
No.
we are Wake Up and Live's Actor Studio
lives.
with an S, yes. And we are at wakeupandlives@gmail.com. And also we are www.wakeupandlives.com. Oh, wait a minute, I just gave the email and the website together.
What's the diff?
What's the difference?
He's cut off the camera long ago. That hasn't been on. See that red light?
Anyway, Lester will fix it so that it says if you want to contact Jean through us or any of
Oh,
our
yeah.
guests,
Contact them through.
yes, it's Wake Up and Lives Actor Studio. You can email us at wakeupandlives@gmail.com. You can find out more about us and our current production, Black and Blue Rhapsody, on www.wakeupandlives.com or .org. And I'm going to close this interview out because I need 4 margaritas. Jean
Such a
Zarzour, my
pleasure.
darling.
Love you to death. Oh, that had to sound good. Wasn't that nice? Let's do it again.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. And as we say, be sure to wake up and live with the arts.
Just wake up and live. I mean, that's a start.
Because these days, it's an issue.
You know.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Just get out of bed. That's all we're asking.
And function. Okay. Turn the camera off, please.
Boom.
Please, James, turn it off.
Cut.
Cut. Go to dark. Go to black.
You better go to black. I hope you got that. I love you. She's the best. She just goes with it. I can't wait to put this on my website.